Welcome back to Beyond the Lens Productions, your source for all things automotive. Before you leave today, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're enjoying the content here. Modern connected vehicles are a treasure trove of data, and some of the information is already being used to determine drivers' insurance premiums. Alarmingly, driver data may be utilized whether owners are aware of it or not, often through automaker created coaching apps. Advertised to consumers as glamified tools to enhance their driving safety, automakers across the industry are providing apps that reward users with points for good driving. However, companies like GM are selling the data collected through apps like the OnStar Smart Driver app to brokerage firms, which are then utilized by insurers to determine your insurance rates. An anonymous source who worked at the Detroit automaker told the New York Times that annual revenue from this program alone is in the low millions of dollars. GM has been in the media recently, specifically OnStar and their accompanying app, OnStar Smart Driver, for spying on drivers, collecting data of all manners about their driving habits, including but not limited to speeding over 80 miles per hour, hard accelerations, hard braking, swerving, etc. But GM asserts the drivers have all legally agreed to the terms of service. You know, those legal documents that you have to be a Philadelphia lawyer to understand, those things that almost nobody reads before they click OK. And even if they did, they probably wouldn't fully understand it anyhow. GM states that the OnStar Smart Driver service is optional. These people have given their consent up to 3 times to limited data shared with insurance carriers through a third party. Consumer benefits include learning about their safe driving behaviors or vehicle performance, and their consent may be used to obtain insurance quotes, the spokesperson added. Consumers can also unenroll for the Smart Driver program at any time. A LexisNexis spokesperson told the Times that the information it takes from OnStar is for insurers to use as one factor of many to create personalized insurance coverages. And although GM has been the one taking the heat for this because they're the ones who brought attention to this, because there was a driver who had a new Chevy Bolt and his insurance premiums went up over 20% in 1 year based on information that OnStar collected on him and shared then with his insurance company. So although GM has been taking the heat for this, they are not the only car company doing it. Many other brands, including but not limited to Honda, Toyota, Ford, Kia, Hyundai, Subaru, Mitsubishi, and even Tesla, have all been implicated in this data sharing. But what are companies doing with this data? Well, they are selling it to the insurance companies and could be raising your rates. And in some cases, they're even making it difficult for you to get insurance on a new car. So this driver we just spoke about was a Seattle area businessman, and he reported to the New York Times that his insurance rate soared 21% in 2022 after the OnStar Smart Driver computerized system installed in a Chevy Bolt collected information about the particulars of his driving habits. His insurance agent then told him the price increase of 21% was based on data collected by LexisNexis, which compiled a report tracking each and every time he and his wife drove their Chevy Bolt over a 6-month period. According to him, a 258-page report contained data about the start and end times of his trips, distance traveled, and other data detailing possible instances of speeding, hard braking, and sharp accelerations. The report contained information about one particular trip in June that lasted 18 minutes and spanned 7.33 miles. During the same trip, the LexisNexis report recorded 2 instances of rapid acceleration and 2 instances of hard braking. The LexisNexis report indicated that the details it cobbled together were gleaned from the OnStar Smart Driver app, the GM-owned subscription service that records driver information such as total miles driven, hard braking, and other aspects of driver behavior. According to the website, OnStar Smart Driver provides driving insights on how you can become a smarter, safer driver, while enabling users to earn badges by completing challenges, build on streaks specific to different driving habits, and view all of your data together on a very intuitive dashboard. Sounds pretty cool, eh? It felt like a betrayal, he said. They're taking your information that I didn't realize was going to be shared and screwing you over with your insurance company. But it's not just electric vehicles who are experiencing this. A Cadillac driver based in Palm Beach County, Florida, told the Times that he is considering a lawsuit against GM after he was denied car insurance by not only one but 7 different companies in December. He said he's planning to sell his Cadillac and will never buy another GM car again, which, as we heard at the beginning of this story, really isn't going to help him too much because, well, they're not the only ones doing this. The decision was based on a LexisNexis report that detailed 6 months of his driving behavior, including numerous instances of the same thing as the other driver mentioned earlier. I don't know the definition of hard brake. My passenger's head isn't hitting the dashboard, the unnamed Cadillac driver said. But like the first driver, he was enrolled in the OnStar Smart Driver subscription service. It seems nowadays that's becoming more and more difficult to have privacy in your life. And if this is how you're feeling, well, you're not alone. And you're actually right. But there are instances where this data could be useful. But the question is, how much privacy do you want to give up in order to achieve this? As reported by Driving Magazine, an offshoot of the Sunday Times, GPS systems can often help police solve previously unsolvable crimes. When a man murdered his ex-wife in England, he had what seemed like a solid alibi. However, as time went on, police became suspicious of him and checked his navigational system. Using the system, police saw that his car had been sitting empty for 2 hours during the time in which his wife was killed. Using the knowledge, they were able to check the CCTV camera footage and saw him on a bicycle both before and following the murder, which led to his arrest and conviction. In summary, while your navigational system can't give a wealth of information, it can give information on your whereabouts. Additionally, as per reported in Popular Mechanics, some GPS systems are connected to service providers who can then make calls. While this is harmless on the surface, and indeed can be extremely useful in emergencies, it also means your data is going to be sold without your permission. Not only this, but former Tesla workers told Reuters in 2023 that they could not only see who was behind the wheel, they also had access to information like when a car crashed and, worryingly, what is on the inside of people's garages or the outside of their properties and what the entire area around it looked like. So while some companies are more explicit and upfront with what you're agreeing to, others are hiding permissions in the fine print that nobody reads. How do you protect yourself from this? Well, first off, be careful what you're agreeing to. And if you didn't read it all or understand it all, then don't agree to it. Also, I, for one, keep as many apps off of my phone as possible because these apps are a treasure trove of information sharing. and there is a reason why they are quote unquote free. And the OnStar app and many of these other driver apps from other car manufacturers are no exception. Another way you could do it is go buy your next GM vehicle from a dealer in Texas. I don't know if this still exists, but at one point there were GM dealers who would give you the option to have all OnStar devices and hardware completely removed from your new or used GM car. So, I guess this is an option. And with the interest in this in the media, I can see some business opportunities for some motivated entrepreneurs who may start up businesses that involve removing this hardware from your vehicle. Or maybe it already has happened somewhere. I don't know if you've heard of a place where they're doing this. Let me know in the comments below. This content was a little bit different than what I usually put out, so let me know below in the comments section if you enjoyed it and you'd like me to do some more content like this. And I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.